All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Domestic Girlfriend, episode 5.
All right.
Hina has broken up with her boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Yes.
The battle has been won.
We've been introduced to Mari, best girl, obviously.
And Fumiya.
Yes, and Fumiya.
Well, Fumiya, yeah, in his workplace, but yeah.
Yes. But specifically with this whole dynamic kind of having now no threats to Natsuo's regime of terror in his household. I'm not so certain about how well this can go now.
Oh, yeah?
I think if anything, now that things have gotten a little bit simpler in terms of variables in play, that means things have to get even more complicated. Like rather quickly.
I mean,
we're in episode.
Why would you think that?
We're in episode 5, and I feel like it's been rather tame so far. So that means either this episode, next episode, or next episode after that, it's gonna get pretty nuts. So yeah, y'all. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, everyone, we're gonna start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, this house, breakfast.
And that's a good thing?
She's like, oh, yeah, sure. Mujo Saredo Etsuku Ni Fusawashiku Nai Nukashikito Manatarinai. Beginning to feel like a rap god. Oh, that's right. We haven't been introduced to these two girls yet.
Nope.
This OP is evil. It gets you tricked into this show is going to be so dramatic and epic, and it's like,
what makes you think it won't be?
Yeah, but not that kind of dramatic and epic. Oh my god.
That's why it's so perfect.
Okay. All right. School life. Huh? Is this one of the girls in the opening?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Momo Kashiwabara. Is this the Moe dumb?
Just keep watching.
I've had a crush on you for so long. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What? What? The flirt bug? What? Oh, that girl is a... A 6-way. Yeah, grab it from the trash. Don't you... Yeah, that's right, Rui.
Yep.
Well done. The girls are like, she'll understand eventually. We're having a 3-way after school. Huh. It's still a little creepy, though. Yeah. Okay. What the heck? What the heck, show? Hmm. Rui's just like... Ha! Fed up like cheese. Ha! Ha! Whoa! Oh my god! Ah! So I was trying to make a friend with the person who's new because I'd have the best chance with you.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes perfect sense.
before the rumors, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I see how this is going. I got it. She's not into girls. I mean, she could be on some level, but it's just that she's going to be in proximity to Rui a lot and then bounce into... Yep. Keikaku Dori. And if we go by harem rules, I give it 1 episode after this, and they'll already be complicated and entangled.
Oh, you'd give it an entire episode?
Oh, it's gonna happen sooner? Oh my god, nope, we're going right now. Oh, I can see she definitely wants to take a look at his hardback, not his paperback. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice. Where did her hands go? Straight to the butt? Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Rui's just like... Wow. Oh my god, she's not even listening.
Mm-hmm. That's such a complicated question.
She's got the knees together, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Her face there just looks so dumb. Well, well, well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whoa. I've seen her type before. This girl is so dangerous. This girl is so dangerous. Oh my god, that girl is so dangerous. Well. Well. She was? But I don't use line. Oh, she's basically trying to make him choose. Like it's one of those things of like, hey, I need help.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually kind of sabotaging your date a little bit. Oh my gosh. Oh. It's Hina getting home late today. Aw. Aw. That was in Hina's text, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a complicated,
Yeah.
She asked you out on a date. You
Yeah,
dumb-
exactly.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually serious. Yeah, that's actually... Wait.
It's a suppository.
Oh my god. Wow. What is that? What is that angle though? Like, oh. And Yokata. Yes. Yes.
And just don't tell them about who had to put the suppository in, you know?
Yep. I couldn't believe how long it took me to realize, oh, like, oh. Friend A will remember that. Oh, wait. Does she make a doll of everyone that she's won over? She's a little psycho, probably. Yeah. Oh, right. So all 31 of them, then. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. But how intelligent is she to deduce? Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a frame, just... But I mean, this is risque the anime, so everything has to be crazy. Okay.
Did you catch all that?
Yeah. Oh. Things not, Gotcha. I see. So she's super lonely.
Mm-hmm.
All right, buddy. Oh. 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 Uh-oh. Oh, rejected. Oh, no, he's gonna eat with her?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is how his harem is built. He... Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Nani sore? Okay. I think that was a good twist, though.
Yeah. So were you surprised?
Well, I think it wasn't really a surprise in that, oh, there was some kind of result of her depression being displayed beyond just the desire to have someone nearby constantly. But self-harm is something that I don't have personal experience with, but I know I've been in situations where I've had to be there for people when they're feeling like they're that close to something like that. And loneliness is something that is really insidious because it's usually a combination of actual loneliness and then perceived loneliness.
Sure.
So the worst part is when you have basically an overwhelming dose of both of them.
Right.
And then also your efforts by which you can pretty easily get connection with people is constantly ruined because of the perceived and actual loneliness with the family. So it's a cycle that she's stuck in. And I like that Natsuo said, hey, maybe let's not go out with people that we need to depend on because we can break that cycle. Or at least for her, she can.
All right.
Okay, so we
Episode
have
5.
episode 5. We have a new girl entering the arena. Momo. Now, here's the thing. Initially, I got the vibe from her that it's like, oh, she's the moe, doe-eyed, just kind of dumb girl. But if anything, there is that, but it's also that she's the one that's experiencing the most pain because of her situation that leads her naturally into the whole harem dynamic.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the thing where it's like, because one of the things that bothers me so much about harems is when there is no personality to the girls that are in the harem, right? And there's no reason for them to like the main character. There's no reason for all the drama to happen.
Sure.
And it just seems superfluous and, ridiculous, right?
Right. And they did this very quickly and efficiently as a way to build her into this
exactly.
dynamic,
And they tied it into her character where it's okay, she just has a reputation of, being a huge flirt among other things. So okay, the fact that she latches onto Natsuo, makes sense, and then we get more explanation for it, and then we get a heartfelt foundation for why all that stuff is happening, and then it's like, oh, okay,
I feel like it's something where I still don't like her character as far as the because I'm metagaming.
You don't like the archetype, or
no, it's not that I don't like the archetype. I just know what role her character is going to play in the story for the most part moving forward.
Gotcha.
There's just more people. It's now officially a harem.
Right. I mean, really you have to get to 4 people for it to be definitively a harem.
The OP has another character still yet to be introduced, so we all know that's going to come anyway. The point is,
this is a harem show.
The point is that this is eventually going to become a harem show, and there's ways that the writing, I say, can degrade when you add in too many characters in the whole love dynamic thing here.
Stay on target.
Yes, exactly. But I like that they gave focus here and took characters like Hina and moved them completely off to the side, except for one dinner scene that was kind of little quick flashes of them, kind of so there's that. But Rui here was actually being probably the most interesting character of those involved. Natsuo and Momo, I think, were doing what I expected them to do. The Momo reveal, I think, was handled rather well, and I liked the wholesomeness aspect of him making food for her, and it was set up very efficiently, so that all was handled well. Rui, though, there's some complicated things going on here, because there's a couple ways to interpret this. One, she still likes Natsuo. If she does still like Natsuo, then I think on some level she was subconsciously trying to sabotage his potential date with her by basically going, oh no, I'm so sick, I have to leave. Now, the reasons why she's sick could be anything. She could actually legitimately be sick, and we now know because of the fever she was. Yes, Jacob, but I'm saying that there are things you can do to intentionally make yourself sick,
Sure. Well, and just in general, when you're not in a good mental and emotional state, that
stress.
Causes,
stress.
Yep.
So if she's under a lot of stress right now, at the very least, that's guaranteed based on the fever. Why is that stress there?
Yeah. Who knows?
So I don't think it's just a simple thing of she got sick randomly the same day.
Right.
I think it's that because of this whole dynamic of Momo being brought in, she actually got really sick because I think on some level she's the one that was first girl. She was the one that basically had that, kind of moment of freedom of expression with Natsuo.
Yep.
And this kind of prettier, little bit more cutesy girl comes in and goes after him just like that.
Yep.
And she knows that if things come down to some kind of contest, Rui doesn't have that much self-confidence. So I think she positioned herself out of the way consciously because she wants him to basically be free to just go and do the thing there. But the fact that she was actually sick, I think on some level,
and some strong internal conflict.
Which means I think she was desiring also subconsciously slightly that he would have some kind of excuse to say no. Now this is me seeking out probably the meta drama, drenched, option here.
Well, but the thing is that that's kind of what was being set up. The thing is that like Rui did not and does not expect to have any feelings for Natsuo because it was just a one and done thing, like and there you go.
Yeah.
But for both of them, it's kind of hard to forget their first time. So,
well, they're living together.
And they're living together. So that's
more.
Too.
They could eventually probably forget at least the connection to the person. But no, they're living together. This is really complicated.
Yeah, exactly.
So, given that they're living together, Natsuo has a little bit of a obligation protagonist syndrome, where he basically doesn't really think about the feelings of others until it's something where he feels like, oh, I'm involved. I'm going to do everything I can to do the best thing I can for that person. But he kind of is also single-minded in that regard.
Or just stupid,
Well, I would say it's something where it shows maybe either that he's stupid, or at the very least, if we assume that he's actually somewhat intelligent, that there's little lazy things that he does, like not giving a rain check to Momo. Like, I don't accept the whole I don't have line thing as an excuse, unless that's something where it's literally he had no way of communicating with her, which I don't buy. Because and even if he didn't have a line or whatever, I'm pretty sure that's just like a social messaging app. He could have just gotten it and messaged her, and exactly.
Right.
So what it seems more like is that when he's put into a situation where a girl or someone is just, I need you, Natsuo, he's just like, yes, and I will be there for you because no one else matters right now. You see how this is going to go very badly later on in the story.
The way I like to think about it, is that he's in high school. He's stupid. He's in high school.
We're all stupid.
We're all stupid, but I'm talking about in high school.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Yeah. And one of the things that I would say is very common, especially when you're young, is thinking that you can make everyone happy.
Sure. But there's a difference between making everyone happy and just plain up forgetting to say, I can't go on the date with you today.
Oh,
that's I would say a blatant aspect of him just being lazy or not actually caring. And that's the thing is that
how much can you chalk up to just porn plot versus actual character, decisions for
I'm going to take all of it as characterization because I run myself into less problems by going that way. Because what I think is going on with Natsuo here is he's basically this is crazy. This is weird. So what he's actually trying to do is he's trying to give everyone the impression that he's, or at least maybe for himself, he's trying to give himself the impression that he's doing the best he can.
Which in a way is doing the best you can,
but it's not.
But it's just doing the best you can very badly.
No, I would say it's not, because you can trick yourself into thinking you're doing the best you can by actually setting your standards pretty low, and then you end up meeting your standards constantly, but you're not actually doing the best you can. I see that little misstep of not contacting her back as being something that at worst it's a form of actual manipulation to see, because she approached you, it's kind of dangling that person's heart on a string a little bit. That's how bad it could be.
I mean, at the worst, yes.
And usually protagonists are pretty potato bland, no character. Obviously, that's not Natsuo. Natsuo has a character.
Yeah.
Which means that in some level, I can't meta assume that he's just a stupid harem protagonist. I have to assume certain other things about him as well. Just that he makes mistakes, but he also makes decisions that, Now you have obviously all the manga knowledge.
Right, but basically
in your mind,
just with what we've seen from Natsuo so far.
Yeah.
he makes a lot of dumb decisions. Like this is
obviously.
like this is the second time that he was basically thinking, I'm going to forget about the person I'm in love with by having sex with someone else. You know?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, that's pretty dumb. Like
Right.
it doesn't work that.
And he's already tried it, so it's like, I mean, you know, thinking with your boner,
Only once.
like, you know, right,
Twice.
exactly, you know, and the blood isn't really at his brain, you know, at that moment. But
he's got a lot of self-control. Actually, he basically went all the way to this point where he saw that she had the scars on her wrist, and he's like, oh.
Well, yeah, I saw it as that was like the thing that snapped him out of him. It was like, oh. Okay.
Now,
wait. Let's actually think for a minute.
No. I know, totally. But the thing is that it was even more than that. It wasn't some kind of fear-based thing. It was something where it was like, oh. But then almost immediately he decides, I'm gonna go make you a meal. Mm-hmm. So he realized perfectly what was the thing to help solve the problem in the best way that he could by being there and just kind of
there was an emotional
around.
Need that needed to be met that was not being met, and and them having sex would just propagate the wound. Yeah.
Even if he ended up being one of the guys of her however many that didn't care about the scars, because I don't think she said that every single guy like because the power of boners is pretty strong to molding over a guy's head where they don't even think about those kinds of things.
Yeah.
So there's that. But Dad was extremely wholesome and just realizing, oh, this is so wonderful that you guys are doing things, and not realizing that Natsuo had to stick the suppository.
Yeah, and Rui,
where it needed to be.
And then there was also the whole thing of like Rui. I don't think was she even? No, she was still sleeping at that point. So when he says that, and then Hina and him are just like, yeah, right, we're getting along great as a family.
Yeah. That part was so funny because I didn't clue in immediately. Like I was like
suppository part?
Yeah. I'm like, huh? Oh yeah, And then in realizing she's like, I can turn on my stomach. I'm like, oh, a suppository. Okay, I gotcha. All right, that's oh my. And I just love that. I love that, not that it happened, but the stupidness of the way they showed him being like, oh, it went in, and he had his like his head like arched back, he's just like, oh, like it went in. And I'm just like, why did you have to do it like that? Why?
Well, because I mean, there's a way in which it makes sense, in that he's exhausted, he's stressful, and he's just like, okay,
yes,
that's
Jacob,
over and done with.
I understand,
but yes.
But still, why? All they could have done was been like,
why not?
All they could have done was just had a thing where he's like, okay, here it goes, and then they cut to afterwards, and they could have had a scene where Hina was just like, thank you, and he's like, yeah, no problem. Well, and it was just like a really awkward thing of just like,
no. Hina doesn't know that happened, because they like all that they were like, because they would have just assumed that Rui would be able to put it in herself just fine.
Like, yeah. Okay. I guess, I guess you could, yeah.
I mean, that would definitely have, like, if they just assumed that Natsuo was the one who put it in, and they were just like, wow, yeah, that was great, you know, and they gloss over it and don't have a conversation about it. It's like, so, I'm sorry you had to do that. It's just like, so great that you guys are getting along.
I thought that's what happened. I thought he was just like, I can't believe you young ones, and you're just being such wonderful siblings.
I mean, from the one standpoint, yes, because Natsuo was like, you know, watching over her and stuff and caring for her, you know, while they were gone. But
okay, that makes me feel so much better. Oh my god, just this show, y'all. This show is so just wow.
This was the episode for me, because like, okay, episode 1, I'm like, all right, this is a fun show. Episode 3, I was like, whoa, that happened with Hina. When this episode happened, I was like, okay, that, like, it surprised me in a good way, because here's the thing. I was watching this show at the beginning just to be like, okay, train wreck, you know, like all that, right? And it'll be entertaining to watch. Right. But then the whole thing with Momo happened, and I was like, oh, they're actually like they're actually having some like heartfelt stuff, like that made me feel things, because at the beginning I had the same reaction that you did to Momo. I was like, oh come on, like okay, I mean, you just who is this dumb bimbo? Like, all right, fine, whatever, at least Natsuo's thinking like about his internal thoughts and being like, oh no, what am I gonna do? I guess this will help me forget, but then you see the scars and it's just like, oh, and the picture of like her as a little kid with her parents, that's on her bedside and stuff, and then he sees the scars and it's just like, oh crap, and then he leaves and I'm like, wait, what's going on? And then he makes her dinner. And
that was really wholesome.
The power of anime food scenes. It's just it
was pretty good.
Like, because I didn't expect to have anything wholesome happen in a show like this, like apart from the dad, because the dad is very wholesome and everything, but like. That it was such a switch for me that it was just like, oh wow, I think I might actually end up like really liking this show. I just feel like
I love that it happened and it was done well, but I see it more as what it is. It's a very good plot mechanic in order to get her invested into the story, because us invested into her as a part of the main cast.
Yeah,
which means she's a part of the main cast now.
Porn logic. This is a harem show. Yes, yep. But oh man, like Momo is like one of the contenders for best girl in my mind. Like,
I hope so.
Yeah.
All right,
she's wonderful.
So y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion.
Wait, before
come on, what?
So. There's something, and you're going to hate me for saying this, but in March Comes In Like a Lion, there's another character with orange hair named Momo. Anyways, and there was this random thought I had one day where I was like, wait a minute, what if Domestic Girlfriend is like March Comes In Like a Lion, but like in the future? Anyways, so they're the same character.
No.
Yeah, anyways.
Okay, sorry y'all to hear that. So y'all, if you want to see the next episode's reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. Any level of support gets you access to our Discord, where you can chat with me about the anime stuff only, or you can talk with Jacob
Spoilers channel
in the manga specific stuff, and you guys can have your whole fun
wonderful.
there. They apparently have a really fun community.
It is awesome. Yeah.
So yeah, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.